from Studio A at 1 Biloxi Square in Lake Worth, Texas. Welcome into a Monday version of the Grandpa and Pappy Show as we get ready to get this week underway, and hopefully things will calm down around our great country.
Good luck with that.
Good luck with that. Yeah.
Welcome aboard.
We have a rather controversial show today because of actually the topic. Will you watch pro sports this year with their tributes that they have going on? And we got, Pappy, so many comments.
We did, yeah.
I don't know if I got all of them. And if I did not get yours to the script, please don't hold that against us.
Well, we can cover them in your comments.
Yeah, sometime down the road.
Down the way, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But I don't know if you watched any sports at all.
Yep.
You're going to see by some of the pictures that we're going to be displaying, Pappy, that they're taking this Black Lives Matter too far.
I agree
Now,
with that.
before we jump in, I'm going to say one thing. If you guys want white people to back you with Black Lives Matter, meaning we consider all lives to matter.
Yeah.
Not just black, not just white, not just Asian, not just Hispanic, but all. Until you guys start taking this money you're raising for Black Lives Matter and go into your communities and start making a difference there, don't expect any people of any other color to back what you're doing. Now, the athletes, Pappy, what we're going to talk about this morning, have taken it too far.
I agree.
In my opinion, when you sign a contract to play for a pro sports team, you are employed by that team. We're not saying that you don't have a voice. We're not saying you can't get out and protest for what you think may be social injustice. What we're saying is when you're on the job, and that's beginning to end, you do not have that right.
Well,
I don't know of any.
Let me ask you a question. Don't you think a lot of those athletes are doing that because that's what they're told to do, like they have a choice?
I don't think so.
I don't think they have a choice.
Yeah.
They either do it or...
Well, I think they do. I really do. I mean,
Really?
they're the ones that's bringing it up.
Oh, okay.
They're the ones that are bitching to the Major League Baseball and the National Football League and the National Basketball Association. All of these people,
Yeah.
you know.
Well,
I
I don't know.
until you guys start making a change in your own community, don't expect me to give you any consideration at all, because I think it's all just a bunch of bunk until you prove me different. And that's just the way I feel.
Well, and if they would use the BLM movement
To better the black communities.
to do what they claim they're doing with it,
Well, that's a good point.
I wouldn't have a problem with it. But,
That's a
I
good
mean, don't bring up a big facade and blow smoke up my ass and expect me to think it's foggy outside, because I'm not buying it. I am not buying it at all. So
Well, I don't know if you saw the sports this weekend. We
watch
just
sports.
happened to glance up at a TV while we were having a refreshment the other day, Karen and I, and the Houston Astros had the Black Lives Matter Major League Baseball insignia on the pitcher's mound right there, as you can see.
Yeah.
And I couldn't tell if the Rangers did or not. They had something on the mound, but it never showed a close-up. But I know the Houston Astros showed the close-up of it,
Well,
and it just burned me up.
that's stirring the pot up. You know how many
It just
is.
burned me up.
Yeah. Well,
And I know a lot of our comments that we got, a lot of people are saying the same thing. Let's jump right into it because we got a ton of them.
yeah, Pine Box full of comments.
Yeah.
Stepped up beyond the norm.
Yes, they did. George Schultz says no. They lost me for disrespecting the flag in our country.
By God. John J. Culhane and Lisa Newcomer Byram both said nope, they won't be watching.
Yep. Jerry Williamson said at the moment, only my Allen Eagles in college football, but no to the pros.
Yeah.
There you go.
And I agree. Collegiate sports isn't buying into this stuff, are they?
Some of them are.
Are they?
Some of them are. Yeah.
Scott McCormick says, nope, political agenda on your time. You're getting paid to do your job.
That's exactly what I said a while ago.
Yep.
Shirley Mills said, no, I won't be watching. I feel very strongly about the American flag and the Star-Spangled Banner. Both should be respected by all Americans.
Absolutely well said, Shirley. Bob Black said, hell no. I haven't watched him in over 20 years.
Bob just tells it like it is, doesn't he? Now, you can see in the pictures, before I go on, behind us all through this broadcast, the protests that are going on. You make up your own mind, and we'll go from there. Tammy Quick Kroll said, no, it is no longer about sports. It's about politics.
Absolutely right. Harold Dixon just put it bluntly when he said, no, he won't watch, and he told Dish goodbye.
Bye-bye. Well, Harold, you just should have blocked the sports.
Yeah.
George Pendergrass says, nope, they've lost all of my respect.
Yep.
There you go.
And Janice Parker and Tanya Benson both said no way they would watch.
Well, there you go. Doug Grassett said he will give NASCAR a chance to save face. We'll see how things progress as they allow fans back to the track. Golf is still a go, but NFL probably not so much. Major League Baseball and National Basketball Association is doubtful as well. Poker, though, is still a go. I like it. That's right up your alley.
That's right. I didn't know that was a sport, but hey, I'll buy in.
There you go.
Terry McDonald said NFL and hockey, but the Canada Canucks. Haven't heard anything out of them yet.
Yeah. But the Canada Canucks hadn't heard a thing.
That's
There you
right.
go. Alexis Sainz Augusto said yes, to which D. Gleason Gaston told him there is always one, and you're pretty much alone on this one, and nobody cares. Well, everybody's got an opinion, and we read them,
That
good or
shows
bad.
care.
Yeah.
Michelle Tipton, Thomas Gabriel, and Catherine Barclay Doss all said an emphatic no.
There you go. Steve Austin replied he won't be watching. He says, I hope it puts these organizations out of business and these overpaid millionaire snowflakes have to go get a job.
You know, and I'm wondering just how long are they going to continue playing in front of cardboard fans?
That's a great question.
It's the stupidest damn thing I've ever seen.
Look at all the revenue they're missing.
Oh,
Attendance, parking, all the concession stands, the jersey sales.
I hope they've handled their money right, because them boys make a lot of money.
You do that.
Russell Wheeler says no because they have lost their respect, and D. Gleason Gaston then said no, she will not watch. They're disrespectful to our military, our citizens that they swore to defend. Overpaid punks. I'm done with all sports.
Oh, there you go. Darla Walker said, hell no, she won't watch, but said hello to Pappy, you old jailbird.
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? Don't act like you never been in Facebook jail. Everybody's going to go sooner or later.
That's great.
Our buddy Frank Edgar said, I quit watching baseball when they went on strike and we lost the season. I've never been a huge football watcher, but have wasted lots of money on Cowboys stuff for the kids and their grandkids through the years. That stopped when they started disrespecting the flag. I'm a guy who carries a grudge for years, and I won't be a consumer of sports in the future.
There you go. And there's a lot of fans that feel that very way
I'll make
now.
I'll make you a deal on my Danny White jersey.
Well, there you go. John Bossy says no. They are paid to entertain me. I could care less about their personal opinions. Sports is a diversion from the day-to-day grind. With the NFL's latest stunt, they will be down below 50% viewership. It will be hilarious when the networks and sponsors renegotiate due to lost viewers and attendance. Even funnier when the owners renegotiate with the players. $5,000 a game isn't going to sit well with the baby mamas and the posse.
And the posse. See, and that's what I was
I
thinking.
love that.
I mean, what are they? I mean,
Way to go, John.
all these players, standing
great.
up for their calls or whatever you want to call it. How in the hell are they still going to be around when they start cutting payback?
I don't know. They'll be the first ones that will be yelling. I guarantee you.
Dale Kocher and Charles Busey both said nope. They will not be watching.
Yeah. Elizabeth Floyd also said nope. They're all a bunch of overpaid guys. My reason isn't even about the whole kneeling crap, which is rude in its own sense. My reason is until they pay women and give women the same respect in sports, then I have no desire to contribute to it.
There's a couple of them old gals making high dollar and stuff, but look what they got to go through to get there.
Yeah, that's true.
Glenda Hardy said no, and Sandy Armistead said no also. Sandy says they're being un-American and disrespectful to all of us.
And that's the way a lot of people feel.
Yeah.
Connie Crenshaw, Mark Loud, Nita Britton, and Lisa Ann Harbor all said no. Lisa said, I am done with all of the bullying.
That's what it is.
And that's it in a nutshell.
Money control bullying is what it is. Johnny Northcutt said, nope, I'm not going to watch a bunch of spoiled brats. They get everything handed to them from high school on. They think we owe them whatever they want. And I agree with this one. LeBron James is a pure idiot because he is good at basketball, but I'm supposed to listen to his political views? I'm done with all of them. College football is next.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
Billy Bryan said, I guess my biggest bitch is that the NFL wouldn't allow the murdered police officers' names to be put on the uniforms and helmets of the Dallas Cowboys. A double standard at its best.
Yeah.
I've watched for over 50 years, and I'm actually thinking about no watching.
And that's a good point.
And there's a lot of people feeling
fact-
that same way, though.
In fact, I was reading somewhere the other day that NASCAR, one of the NASCAR races, ejected two
Fans?
police officers that had been wounded and wouldn't recognize them. And apparently something was said, so they supposedly ejected them from the track.
I hope that's not the case.
Oh, well.
All these NASCAR redneck fans that we have out there, myself included,
Yeah.
We wouldn't stand for that.
Well, I wouldn't be in the least bit surprised.
Good
the way
Lord of
things are
mercy.
going. Jamie Ward up in Mississippi said she is not watching any. They're making sports too political. It's supposed to be an enjoyable pastime. When they lose enough money from people not going, they'll eventually stop.
Yeah. And she's got a point. That's what we've been talking about.
Yep.
Ken Mason, Tracy W. Lawson, Diana Concannon, and Janine Vaden all say no. Janine says she has lost sports.
And I'm right there with you, little girl. I just, I don't care to watch any of it anymore. Zenas Pilcher said an emphatic no. I don't support idiot millionaires with no respect for the country. I only kneel for God.
There you go. And that's the same thing with that San Francisco pitcher. The other day, on opening day, he was the only one that did not kneel
Yep.
for the national anthem, and he said it's his Christian faith that he only will kneel for God and his son.
There you go.
Shoshana Henderson, Wiley T. Bryce, Chris Schomburg, and Ruth Ann Richardson all said no to watching pro sports.
And Robert Wyman and Donna Briggs Moss both say they will not be watching it this year either.
Are you seeing a recurring theme here,
Yeah.
Pappy?
Yeah.
Good Lord. Russell Curlin says, nope.
Nope.
I haven't watched pro sports in years. Why, you ask? 1, they get paid way too much for playing a game. 2, they used to be role models for our youth, but now, for the most part, they're thugs. 3, the money people spend on this crap could have been used to cure cancers of all kinds. And 4, morons like Colin Kaepernick that pull the crap he has. I had to join the military to be able to go to college. How did this little
Shit.
get there? On scholarships or federal grant money? Sounds privileged to me. And how much money does he make? more in one game for 2 or 3 hours than I do in a year. And that is why I will not watch their crap.
Pretty stout statement there, cuz.
Yep.
But I agree. Number 2 son, Jordan Terry, said any organization that allows the players to disrespect the flag on national television during the national anthem can go under for all I care. They won't get my support.
Mm-hmm.
Well said, son.
Yeah, Cheryl Richardson says she won't be watching. They are making it political, and it shouldn't be.
Absolutely. Eddie Dixon said he's boycotting all sports, including NFL, pro baseball, pro hockey, all golf, and anything else I can. He agrees with Jamie Ward's previous post by saying it is supposed to be an enjoyable pastime. I do not care about your political views. You are paid to entertain me and nothing else. When you take a knee in front of my American flag, I take it very personally. I had an uncle that was killed in Vietnam after 3 tours, so I don't care about your political views.
Very well said, Eddie.
That's right.
Very well said,
Thanks
my
for sending
brother.
that in, brother.
Cassie Terry says, for me, baseball is my game. It's about the game for me. I don't care about the politics or anything else. I'm definitely watching. Heck, I watch my little cousin's stats and games online right now.
Yep.
That's the closest I can get to the game. If Little League was playing right now, I would watch. I love the game, not the BS.
Absolutely, Cass. Well said, Darn. Susan Code, Brian Emerton, Donna Faulkner Moses, and Nadia Shepard all said no. They are not watching, to which Nadia replied, it's irrelevant to me.
Mm-hmm. Randy Northcote said, I may watch some, but I'm going to be mad at myself for a couple of days. Hey, cuz.
You better stop it and make you wet the bed. Skimp Anthony said, screw all professional sports that support different secular ethnic groups. Let me back up, restart this. Skip Anthony said, screw all professional sports that support different secular ethnic groups that have no respect for our country as a nation, especially the NFL. They suck completely, and I hope they go broke.
Well, how do you really feel there, Skipper?
Well, tell us how you feel, Edward.
Cindy Gell Northcutt Thomas said, nope, she sure will not, but I haven't in many years. This is why. When I was working for the feds at the airport, I saw so many people come through at various times of the year. Mm-hmm. I saw pro players from just about every sport there was. I saw celebrities, VIPs from almost every aspect of government, and then I saw so many military members coming home from a long deployment, and I saw many leaving for long deployments. Mm-hmm. With this said, not one time did any military member or their families have a cross word to say to any of us.
That's a fact.
But let me tell you, the professional players and celebrities were some of the rudest, nastiest people ever.
Yep.
I decided that after one really big asshole pro football player was cursing all of us and acting like he was someone special, that I would never watch another game or go to another sports venue.
And you know, Cindy, I know exactly what you're talking about because I'm pseudo-retired from DHS, worked for TSA for quite a while, training other people. Give us a blast. Tell me what airport you worked at. I was out at George Bush for a while. Okay, Jordan Dish says, why wouldn't I? Kneeling during the anthem isn't disrespectful to our country. What is disrespectful to our country is all the people trying to find an excuse to not recognize and acknowledge the problems in this country. This is sounding oxymoronic to me. The people standing up for social and racial injustice are more patriotic than the crybabies complaining about disrespecting the flag, which isn't even what they're doing.
You really want to get me started on this one?
Cricket time. I think it's time for you to do some of this.
Well, Jordan, we tell you on this program that it's made up of opinions from all of our viewers, and you're one of them, and I respect your opinion. However, I disagree with it.
I do too, in a strong way.
There is a time and a place for you to express your political opinions, and on a sports field is not one of them. When we have all of the eyes of the world on us watching a football game or a baseball game, and all these players are protesting by kneeling and showing their support for social injustice. Is there social injustice? I'm sure there is.
There is in many different forms. I
But
agree with that.
there's a way to get your point across. I hope you're not one of these guys that are going out and protesting and being destructive and tearing things up and burning things and putting people out of business and hurting people. That is not expressing your political views.
Disrespecting the flag, which is representative of people who gave you the freedom to say what you just said, is not a way to deal with this.
No, and there would be a lot of people trying to look your name up.
Somebody like Jack Landry, who told Jordan Dish, it sounds like your oppression is a self-inflicted wound.
Huh? Well, that's Jackie Landry's opinion, Jordan. So we got to respect that one too. James Graham said, hell no, I won't be watching. They're a bunch of overpaid egomaniacs that think they're important. I hope owners go broke and those worthless players have to go out and actually have to get a real job.
That'd be a shame, wouldn't it?
It would be a
Well,
hell
look
of a
here,
bad
Emmett
shame.
Hartsfield, hadn't seen this name in a while, and Chris Keenan and numerous others all said they would not watch. And I agree with all of you wholeheartedly.
Now, you've heard all of the comments that we've featured today, Pappy. What is your conclusion on it? I mean, what are you taking out of what they're saying?
Well, they've had enough. You know, I mean, it's just like anything else. It's got politics and drama inflicted into it. They've gone overboard with it.
Did you see the events of Weatherford Saturday?
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Weatherford, Texas is just a little bit west of Fort Worth. Mm-hmm. And Antifa and Black Lives Matter
Yeah.
were coming to the courthouse to pull down a monument in front of the courthouse.
Guess what happened?
However, half of Weatherford, Texas showed up armed and ready and waiting for them to try to take that monument down. And isn't it funny? They just left town.
It's still there.
And the monument is still there.
Just like that, the sidewalk was swept clean and the monument's still there. So
Just like that, they were gone.
they were gone.
I'm telling you, folks, it's really ridiculous. And those who are doing all of this destruction up in Portland, Oregon, you guys, come on. You're tearing down your city, and your mayor's begging the federal government for money to replace what all you have torn up and destroyed,
What all he's allowed
which
you
ain't
to
going to
tear.
happen.
Yeah.
Now, your mayor is at fault for here because if he had any balls, he would have ordered the police department to handle it.
Yeah. It was his
And
option.
It was his option.
Trumpster said, hey, it's up to you how you want to handle it, but if you don't handle it, I will.
Yeah. Or all you have to do is say, help.
So all you folks
And
in Portland and
it is.
Seattle, your time is coming. Mm-hmm. So
It is coming, and all of you snowflake babies out there that want to cry and bitch and moan and bring fascism and communism to this country, I'm telling you, what you're doing is slowly awakening the silent majority. And let me tell you something. The silent majority is hunters. They have all kinds of guns and weapons. And when you get their dander up, look out. It ain't going to be pretty.
And all you morons that think you're going to come to the state of Texas and pull that crap, we don't need Trump's help. We'll handle it.
Yeah. Just like the Sam Houston monument week before last.
And Weatherford, yeah.
Yeah. They went down to Big Sam's monument there in Houston, or Huntsville, I should say, a 250-foot tall statue, and they were going to try to deface it or try to bring it down. And country boys, shall we say, from all forms of life,
Come out
Met
of,
him and said, "Here, kitty, kitty."
come out of those woods like a bunch of cockroaches.
But anyway, I tell you, the sports thing has just gotten out of hand, folks. And this guy sitting to my left knows me well enough to know, I did play-by-play sports for
years,
18 years and was a sportscaster, and I love sports, but I'm getting to where I can't even turn it on anymore. I just get angry. I get angry. Sports
I'm done
has
with it.
given so many African Americans and so many ethnics a chance to earn a great living for their family and set them up for the future.
Yeah.
And what are you doing? You're spitting in the face of those who are giving you that opportunity. That's just what tears me up.
What would Uncle Nolan Ryan say?
Come to the mound. We'll talk about it.
Put a headlock, scrub your head.
Well, thank you for your comments as usual.
You guys are great.
Man,
Yeah,
y'all
can't
did
tell you
did
enough.
real.
Yeah.
Let's get to some of the viewer comments that we had coming in. Racer X's Huggy Bear said on YouTube to reinstigate the draft. Get all those breastfeeding boy men and girl women participating trophy generations in conscription.
Boy, he uses a lot of big words, doesn't he?
Man, America produces the laziest human beings on the planet.
Yep.
We are our own worst enemy when it comes to getting out of our own way. And no, Burger King is not a career choice designed to support a family of 5.
How do you really feel?
Holy crap.
I guess Mickey D's is out of the question too. How funny. But well said. And I agree with you, brother.
There you go.
Paul White said President Trump is getting a bad rap for sending federal officers to Chicago to protect the federal buildings. They're not breaking up the rioters there, but will get involved if they attack a federal building. I say turn them loose on them. Just my thoughts.
Yeah. That's where they are getting a bad rap.
Yep.
Because they're not going out amongst the rioters.
Yeah.
Unless the rioters are trying to deface or destroy federal property.
Well, it should be any property.
I agree. Cassie Terry said, we have been conditioned to believe non-vaccinated kids spread illnesses they don't have. Now we're being conditioned to believe a person not wearing a mask can spread an illness they don't have. I like it. I like it.
Well thought. And well said, Cass.
Yep.
Christina Marie Cornstubble commented on if the draft should be reinstated. She says they won't learn anything. They give them stress cards now. Last time I checked, the enemy don't care about anyone's feelings. That's well said, Christina.
Yeah, and they don't have to be picky about whose head they cut off either.
That's a fact. Hope you're doing well down there in Rockport, by the way, kiddo.
Andy Sizemore said on Twitter, if rioters come on his property, they get one warning, and then target practice will commence.
Pew, 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 pew.
Very well said.
I bought a little something from a friend of ours, a mutual friend of ours, that I don't even have to aim to shoot that bad boy.
Yes, I've seen a picture of it. Yeah, just looking at it would scare the hell out of me.
Yeah, big old holes in the end of it.
Well, it's been a lot of fun today, and we, of course, always ask you to send us your thoughts and your opinions and your suggestions on future programs, and it's really easy to do. We have 2 ways that you can do that, mainly, and that is the first one, just send it to our email address, which is grandpaandpappy@gmail.com.
Or you can go directly to our website page at www.grandpain, that's the letter N, grandpaandpappy.com. Subscribe by hitting the big red button.
That's right.
Which is fixing the hocus pocus, and there it is.
Right there. It just magically appears.
Make up a password, simple pimple, and
you're signed up.
Yeah, give us a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs all around, whatever.
Yep, we need your subscriptions, folks.
Comments, complaints, show ideas, whatever you have on your mind. We read them all.
Absolutely.
And we love them, and we appreciate you sending them.
Coming up Wednesday, we also have a subject that you guys rocked again on. Lots of comments on it. And that is, what curriculum would you teach kids today? Now stop and think about that,
Well,
because we had a lot of comments on that.
Well, I'm thinking with the shapes, with the shape of the world. I'm thinking life skills. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
History, they're going to do away
And
with
you'll be
history
surprised when we read all the comments on Wednesday. That is a very common thread.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, it's been fun today. Thanks. We hope you had a great weekend. We hope you have a great day. And as we always tell you, hug your kids today. Tell them you love them.
Tell them we love them as well.
Absolutely. Take care and be safe.
And take care of one another.
Absolutely. And we'll see you back on Wednesday. Until then, Pappy and I say so long.